HooHooHooRobin.
How are you guys?
Oh, a little sleepy.
Yeah, I'm a little sleepy today, too, for whatever reason.
Too many good games out. Coming out.
Well,
I've been playing EverQuest 2, Opie. Fag Central is reporting in I'm playing EverQuest 2. A lot of people don't understand that whole thing, but I spend about maybe 8 hours.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Aside from a quick break to meet with our financial guy.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, you know how psyched we are to leave here sometimes? There are some days where we're kind of tired, still getting used to the sleep thing. Very difficult.
It's getting a little better, though.
Getting a little better. I'm kind of getting used to going to sleep early, waking up early. But I don't know, after the weekend and stuff yesterday, a little groggy. I was really looking forward to getting home and just kind of kicking back, relaxing a little bit. And I get a call from our finance guy. Yeah, I'm right up the road from you. Is it a left or a right? I'm like, I forgot. I made an appointment with the guy.
This is like the most boringest guy.
Now I can't blow it off because he's like right there. And then it was just like an hour and a half of, insurance stuff and finance stuff and term life and this and that. Like stuff where, I mean, if we were hanging out at a strip club after the show yesterday, I'd be nodding off. That's how tired I was. And then you got to just deal with it. Oh.
And what does that mean? What does all that mean?
What is it? I don't know.
We're just radio guys. We don't need to know about anything else.
I point at like a dollar amount and go, that one good. That one good. I might as well just throw a dart at it. I have no idea. I just pretty much want to get the meeting over with as quickly as possible.
We have an agent that's just trying to make us legit, and he just doesn't understand it's never going to happen. Trying to set us up with all sorts of retirement plans.
But it's all of his friends.
Yeah, friends, family members.
Friends, family, acquaintances, everyone Bob refers us to is the best. But he just happens to know all of them, too.
Our agent got the bright idea of incorporating you and I, and now I know why. So he could feed his own family.
That's right.
We have, like, an accountant that lives in Chicago. Hey, Chicago, who's somehow related to our agent. Then
well, you're going to have to put a couple of more dollars into that fund.
Right.
That's what you got to do. Couple of more dollars. Because that'll come back and help you when you go to retire. What? I don't know. I don't even know. Just give me the money. I'll put it in the bank. Isn't that what you do?
That's all we need.
That sounds responsible.
But he thought, no, very important to be incorporated. We write checks, and his reasoning was you'll save so much more money if you're incorporated, I guess. Yeah. That's like the basics of this, right? And the amount of checks we write for, like, people, I think we have a staff of, like, 20 people.
I get a bill sometimes. I have no idea what it's for. It's going out to Chicago somewhere.
For some work he did.
Yeah, some work he did. I don't know. Well, we had to pay the corporate payroll balance book secretary, and that'll cost you about 2 G's. What? What did she do? Well, she took care of the corporate paycheck balance book. Okay.
We pay people. We don't know what they do.
I have no idea.
I think we need to audit our agent. I really do.
You want to do an audit?
We really need to know where this money's going.
Turn up.
What the freak is going on?
I do feel he is as honest as they come, but there's these little
he's still
things.
A lawyer and he's still an agent.
Yeah, and
they
he knows
can't be
people.
Fully trusted no matter what you think.
He's got these acquaintances and family members that are on the payroll,
on our payroll,
on in the till, the hand in the till.
I write checks. I'm like, you're kidding me, right?
I don't know what it is. I know. I write the same ones. I sign them. I'm like, okay. I'm like the stupid guy that ends up broke.
How many times do you go like this? You're writing the check and you're like, what the fuck did she do this month for $2,200?
I don't know.
And who the fuck is this?
Who's that?
As I'm signing my name, I'm
what
like,
do they do?
What do they do?
I don't know. I have this fear that I'm just going to be that guy.
And how many bank accounts do we have?
Has no clue where his money went.
How many bank accounts do we have?
I don't know. I'm not very sure.
We have bank accounts hidden in all over the place.
Are they hidden?
I think they're hidden because I don't have a statement book.
Do you check yours at all?
How do you check them?
Oh my God, dude. You could check it online.
Which one?
Like, I pop into that thing about once a week to make sure it's still there.
Dude, we shouldn't have multiple bank accounts.
Why?
Because what does that mean? I want one bank account.
There's your personal account.
Right.
There's your corporate account.
Right.
And then there's an Opie and Anthony account.
Right. No, I know of
which
those.
we share.
There's other ones.
If we ever get a divorce, I'm going down there first and withdrawing all the money. I learned. Opie will be down there. I'd like to withdraw half the money. Oh, Mr. Kumia came in and took it.
There's other bank accounts, though. There's not much money in them.
I don't know. I have websites that I can go to and check them, and that's what I do. Once a week, I check and make sure it's still in there. Because and when I hit the enter button, I wince. I'm wincing and looking at the monitor going, come on, baby. Come on, be there. Because I'm waiting to just see zero. Because it's happened before in my marriage. So I'm just waiting to see the zero balance there and know that, after this is all said and done, I have to go back to construction.
Right. So I guess we're doing okay. I don't even know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. We just write these checks. So yesterday the finance guy came over and I had to write another check for insurance.
Was he trying to entertain you with his style of humor? Oh, God.
He gets into a couple of conversations about things.
Right.
Sometimes political.
Right.
And, I'm just kind of talking and staring at the paperwork we have to go over and looking at his eyes, glancing back at the paperwork. Like, hello, see that thing that I have to sign at some point here? Perhaps we can do that now.
Yeah, let's just sign the paperwork so I
can sign that now.
So I can take a nap.
I can leave.
Don't want to hear your philosophy on the election with the cute jokes you heard around the office. Jesus, we don't do the cute jokes ever on this show.
It is so, and it's this whole, it's still connected to the divorce thing from years ago. Dude, how long ago did I get divorced? I think it was 1999.
2, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
5 years ago, things started, and I'm still dealing with it. Like, I have to carry insurance.
Now, I
have to get my ex-wife insurance. So if I drop dead, she gets paid. Can you believe that? And there I was yesterday, writing another check. It's painful.
It's amazing.
Guys get
screwed.
Fucked.
Is there a certain amount of time you have to write checks for in a divorce, or is it
Ready
like
for
forever?
this?
It's all negotiable.
Ready for this? Anthony, can I say this? You were married 10 years.
Yeah.
And you will be paying for more than 10 years technically when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it seems like I got another 7 years to go or something.
How is that possible?
7 years. Like, just writing the checks. Hello. I sign her name, and it's still my last name on there. It's so annoying. So can't you change that back? Why do ex-wives feel compelled to keep the name? Some of them don't.
Because they can't do anything on their own.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Wants to make it easier. Like, keep the name and
can't do anything on their own and don't want to do anything on their own.
I guess.
I know a little bit of something about your ex, and she doesn't do anything except spend your money. That's all she does. That's it. She hasn't done anything to better herself because she's living off your dollar.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, all women.
Like hitting the lottery.
Wouldn't all women be ashamed to just take a check for doing nothing? I mean, any woman.
Who knew marrying me was hitting the lottery? Who saw that one coming?
Who saw it? I did.
You saw that one coming? Man, when I was knocking tin up in an attic,
can you imagine?
Who knew the investment in time would really pay off? Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
There I was making my $27,500 a year in attics,
and now she gets paid for a decade. Because she was married to you.
I thought I won the lotto because she was a bartender. I got free drinks. To me, that was winning the lotto.
Wrong.
I'd get done with work, hop down to the bar in Greenlawn, and just start chugging beers and shots.
Mm-hmm.
That was lotto to me. You mean I don't have to pay for booze ever again? This is fantastic.
Oh, you're going to be paying for that booze, my friend. Are you going to pay?
Those free shots were about $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, why don't you do the new math now and figure out how many of those shots, how much those shots actually cost you?
Gonna do the new math.
I bet you if someone out there was handy with a calculator and a pen and we gave him a few figures, I think those same shots you did for free way back in the day would cost you about $1,000 per shot now.
I don't even need a calculator. I can round it off and pretty much figure it comes out to a lot.
A lot.
It comes out to a lot of cash. Guys just get reamed, man. And you know something? I'm just thankful I do have something. Because if I was just some guy that's working for a living, and you're still paying through the nose.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, at this point,
I still got the roof over my head and food.
At this point, I don't even understand why people get married. I don't.
I could never do it again.
I don't think I'll ever get married at this point.
I don't know why I did it the first time.
I had a shot at it and it failed miserably, obviously. But
Aww.
But I don't think it's just not worth it because you're putting too much trust in the whole damn process.
You could be in complete love with somebody, and the worst thing you can do is get married. Why have the paperwork? Why have the legal binding contract that all it can ever do is bite you in the ass?
Right, that's all it is.
It's all it can do. If you're in love with each other and you're living together or sharing your life together, that's fine. All good could come from that. What's the paperwork for? Why do you need this friggin' document that will turn around and cost you money and pain?
Right.
Down the road.
And
no reason for it.
And in most cases, the guy gets screwed, obviously. I mean, when we talk about divorce, you'll get a few guys call and say, no, I actually, made out in my divorce.
Oh, you get ladies that call up and say, it was horrible. I got screwed. I was the one that bought the house. Right. Exception to the rule, ladies.
But in general, it's, let's be honest, the guys get screwed. So you're getting married just to throw this contract in a drawer somewhere where someday it's going to haunt you. And a lot of guys end up staying in a marriage because they know they're going to get screwed if they try to get out of it. Mm-hmm. So then they have to, live and be miserable.
Yep.
Knowing that they really want to get out of the marriage, but they just can't afford to do it.
Ben's smiling. He was just telling me the other day about some of his friends that are just getting screwed. His friends got married, and it's the typical story. You just change the names. It's awful.
We had a guy, a sales guy at WNEW, who was making a really good living, good living, but he got divorced, and his wife got everything. Like the really nice house in Westchester.
Oh, you get to get out of the house.
And, he had to take care of the children as well, which he had no problem with. When it was all said and done, he was living in a little box here in Manhattan.
Yep.
Still making a ton of money for WNEW, but it was all going to his ex. The only thing he could afford was like a tiny one-bedroom apartment.
It's got to be great for a man to get married, work his ass off, buy that dream house for him and his bride, and for whatever reasons, guys or girls, could be their fault, either one, whatever, I'm not even getting into that, but whatever the reason is, he has to move out, get some shithole apartment somewhere, as his ex now lives in the house that his sweat and blood bought, as she's, maybe now banging some guy in his bedroom that he bought and paid for. It's just, there's no reason.
Yeah, so why would you do that? Like,
why would you do that to yourself?
It doesn't make sense anymore. There probably was a time it really made a lot of sense until the lawyers got their greasy hands involved in this whole process,
There should be no reason.
You're just taking way too much for granted. You're just assuming that you're going to be in a really happy, loving relationship for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And in most cases, that's not going to be the case. So you're signing away your life as you know it.
This was from the olden days when women were incapable of taking care of themselves in the world. What they did was they hooked up with a strong man who worked, and she raised the family. And if something happened to the guy and he wasn't insured, or they got a divorce, the woman was pretty much left out in the cold. So all kinds of laws were made, and divorce law was made, and now the women have to be supported by the guy. But it's 2004 now, people, and we're still living with this system that, the woman can go out and support herself as a human being. You don't need the guy paying for you to live now, but still happens. What about the guy? He's got to work and support himself. That's not easy. 99% of the people out there aren't, earning enough that they could pay for two people separately. And there he is, buying a little or renting a little shithole as the woman gets the house, the cars. You got to sell everything. Anything fun you might have had in your life, that boat that you had, the motorcycle, that all has to get sold. It's a disgrace. It's awful. Why would you do it?
Why?
If you're getting married, there are some guys right now listening going, oh, my God, that have a wedding right around the corner. Right around the corner.
Dude,
and right now,
cancel your wedding.
Cancel it.
Cancel it. I mean, in the end, you're going to lose. Simple as that.
If you're
what is the
truly
divorce
in
rate
love,
up to, like
you'll get over
70%?
it.
And trust me, God will understand.
Yeah.
If you're getting married because of the whole, you have to be married in God's eyes or whatever, he'll understand in the end.
I'll tell you why people get married, especially guys. It's because of their families. They're getting married for their families. That's one reason. For the girl, that's another reason.
It's her day.
A lot of guys don't want to get married. They get pushed into it. Guys would rather live with the girl, and that's it. Send it right there. Girls want to get married, and the families want their children to be married, and that's why people do it. When you're walking down that aisle, when you're ready to give those vows, you're not thinking this is great. You're thinking, holy shit, what the hell is going on? I'm signing a legal binding document that can only hurt me.
In the end. And most weddings just stink, let's be honest. They stink.
Well, that whole tradition.
You pick out a reading. You don't even know what it is. You just know it sounds good, and
oh, that stupid letter to the Corinthians thing. Some sap gets up and starts reading it.
Half those readings, what? You don't mean this? You just picked it from a book. Just so your aunt could start crying in the front row.
And a love that will last forever, and
Shut up. She's up at the podium shaking,
Right.
shaking, nervous, reading hands. Oh, and you're sitting there looking at your watch. You shouldn't look at your watch if this is an event people, put on, taking years to plan. Yeah, but everyone's looking at their watch because it's just boring as hell. It's the same crap you've been through 1,000 times. Oh, here they come. They're lighting the candles together. Oh, look at them light the candles. Take some pictures of that.
Right.
So we can tear them in half when they get the divorce.
Here's something for the people getting married out there. Most people don't want to go to your wedding.
Right.
They
It's
have
an
no
inconvenience.
fucking desire to go to your wedding. You've been friends with them forever. Yes, I understand that. They don't want to be there. They bitch the whole time to other people going, oh, man, Saturday, it's a long weekend, and I have to go to blah, blah's wedding. I know I've been friends with him since childhood, but I don't want to freaking go. I'd rather play golf. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do anything but.
How many times do you say that? I got another wedding to go to.
Another
Son
wedding.
of a big- And then you go. I'm at the point now in my life, if I get invited to a wedding, it's got to be somebody really, close to me. And I don't go to the church. I refuse. I show up at the reception. Give me a couple of drinks. I'll come, couple of drinks, hang out. I'll goof on the people, and then I'm out. Will you ever see me on the conga line that goes through the kitchen of the reception hall? Look at them. They're doing the conga. There they go. Oh, look, Grandma's at the end. Oh, what a mess. It's nothing spontaneous.
It's the same
nothing
wedding.
Fun. It's this cookie cutter, stamped out thing with just new victims. New future courtroom victims sitting up. Cling, 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 cling. Oh, look, they're kissing.
Same music played.
The same dopey DJ.
Daddy's little girl. All right, we
music.
get it. Daddy's little girl.
Oh,
Great.
everyone's crying. Now, if we could get everyone up to dance, no. I will not entertain you.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, let's hear
Let's
for
bring
Mr.
'em out.
and Mrs. Block.
Oh, look, the bridal party's holding their arms up to make a little tunnel.
Right.
Here they come, running through. Get the picture. The photographer is taking all the pictures. We want to get the bridal party outside on the grass. It's a beautiful day. Now, guys, could you roll your pant leg up and kick? What the fuck is that?
And
What
here's-
is that shot?
And here's something else. Don't waste your time on getting the pictures done because you'll never look at them.
You'll never look at them.
You'll look at them, once, and then you'll throw them in a drawer somewhere.
No one wants to see them. No one wants to see them.
And you see the happy couple that just got married. Give them maybe a year, and then they're going to be just as miserable as all the other couples,
Right.
looking on at the wedding.
Because they're together? No. Because they're married. Because they're married.
I think as soon as you get married, I don't know because I haven't done it, and that
I'll give you any info you want on it.
and at this point, I just don't see the point at all. But
There's
I think
no upside.
I think that if you're not married, you keep the excitement going.
You do?
I think so.
You absolutely
because
do.
I think there's always that thing like you're not really, the person, excuse me, the person can leave the relationship at any given time, so it makes you work a little
Danger
harder.
factor?
Makes you work a little harder. Maybe you won't cut your hair and start looking like your buddy Phil all of a sudden. Maybe you won't gain those 15 pounds just because, we're married now. It don't matter anymore.
Do you think...
Maybe, you'll close the door instead of taking a shit in front of your husband.
It's just over at that point.
Right, but if you're still living with someone, I think the excitement's still there, and you got that in the back of your head. They can leave at any time.
Do you think that bull dyke haircut is attractive? And hey, ladies, of course, there are millions of instances that girls could give of their guys getting out of shape and ridiculous.
Oh, and you know what? It's fair to say it works both ways, is what I'm saying.
Right.
You live with a girl or something, I think the guys are working a little harder, too. Like, well, hey, she could be leaving for, someone tomorrow.
Right.
There's something about it, I think, that just makes you try a little harder.
Try a little
keep yourself
harder.
in shape, try to be a little more romantic.
That friggin' mom haircut.
Don't leave your streak-stained underwear just laying around.
There you go.
You clean up a little bit better.
Right. And when the moms cut that hair, when these wives they reach a point and give that haircut where they look like their husband's friends that he plays cards with. You think that's good? Oh, they put on those clothes that try to cover up the world of hurt that's going on.
For all the young guys out there thinking they want to get married, here's something. Take the Long Island Railroad from Huntington to Penn Station on Matinee Day. What is Matinee Day?
Oh.
I think it's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep.
All these older ladies getting together to go to a Broadway show. They're all going to a Broadway show.
We're going to the show.
And a lot of these women aren't even that old yet.
No, they're not. And I said to my husband, I'm going to matinee, and when I come home, this lawn had better be cut. Ugh.
Dude, there are these women that you see on the Long Island Railroad going to matinees. They're more manly than a lot of men I've seen. I don't know what happened. There's like some kind of hormone thing
Hormones
has happened already.
There's something going on where they are getting these huge doses of male hormones because, their bodies take on a masculine shape. They're very wide at the shoulders, narrower at the hips, and they cover it up with those sweatshirt things. And then their hair, they cut it. They get the Phil hairdo.
The Phil haircut.
And their faces and skin have this more manly look to it. They've just given up.
Could be all the smoking they're doing.
Smoking.
Just drying out their faces.
They just give up.
I used to take that train when we were doing afternoon drive, and I'm like, I was horrified. Like, this is...
Is this the future?
This is...
Is this the train to the future?
This is what's going to happen.
But if you're not married, and there's that out, like Opie said, both sides work a little harder.
I think so.
Both sides work a little harder to keep things going. They're not bound in a legal, binding, corporate relationship.
My dream was always to kind of have a rock star-like relationship.
What is that?
Completely settle
Rod
with...
Stewart drinking out of Mick Jagger's mule
Yeah.
till he's got to get his stomach pumped.
Settle with someone.
Yeah.
Know within both parties' hearts that you're not going anywhere, but you don't have to make it official.
Right.
I think that's a hell of a lot more exciting than doing the cookie-cutter wedding in front of your stupid family and friends.
Oh. I got married at a bar. I didn't even do the whole wedding thing. I got married at the bar that my mother worked at. That was pretty much it. No one was affording anything. And you know what it is now? It's a strip club.
Is it really?
The place I got married
Nice.
is now a strip club in Comac, on Comac, New York, out on Long Island. That's it. Speaks volumes. And I actually went to Bill Brady, Habil, Cowbell Bill, went to his bachelor party at that very strip club.
Really? The place you got married at?
My wedding place, Opie. I was shoving dollar bills down Russian chicks' G-strings.
That's so cool. You had a horrific wedding, I believe.
Oh, it was the wedding, the marriage, everything's just a nightmare. I didn't know what I was doing.
The engagement ring.
Engagement ring.
One of my favorite stories ever.
I should have known then. I mean, it all adds up now. In hindsight, it all adds up.